Hello, I'm Andrew, and today I'll talk about Stars and Stripes Forever by John Philip Sousa. So this piece is largely instrumental, but however there are actually lyrics written for it, but not many people knew that, and neither did I actually. The lyrics are written in English, and this piece can be classified as a patriotic American march, and it is the official national march of the United States. As you see and hear, the lyrics are patriotic and upbeat, and they match the style of the music.
Remember the day when our fathers with mighty endeavor proclaimed as they marched to the fray that by their might and by their right it waits forever. Every time the people.
So this march, as explained by John Philip Sousa, has three parts, and the main theme, or the broad melody, he says, kind of equates to the North, whereas the famous piccolo solo is the South, represents the South, and the trombone's bold counter melody represents the West of the United States. And the climax at the end of the march joins all of them together to what represents the Union itself. This march was written in 1896, primarily for bands. However, it can be adapted for orchestras to perform. It was originally written for the President's own United States Marine Corps Band, and as you can see, they have a full complement of instruments in the Marine Corps Band. In 1987, this march became the official National March of the United States by an act of Congress. So as it starts out, it's a homophonic texture with a clear melody with supporting accompanying parts, as we can see here. Kind of switches to a more polyphonetic texture where there's a type of call and response between different sections of the band. And again, back to a homophonic texture. Here crescendos into a forte or a fortissimo dynamic. In this section, the glockenspiel here, and the clarinet, saxophone, and little brass section are all playing in a piano dynamic level. Back to fortissimo. Again, that kind of call and response from the different sections can also be heard here. They're kind of building up here to the famous piccolo solo. So here these piccolos are supported by the snare and bass drum seen in the back, and also clarinets and French horn section and they're playing at a piano or maybe a pianissimo volume. This section is also the same exact phrasing as section 6, I believe, will be slide. And again, it kind of builds up for the final section. Instead of the piccolo solo, the horn section here stands up, and kind of a fanfare in fortissimo or fortissimo smisso. It's kind of a hard one to say. But kind of a grand section. That's where Sousa says this part represents the union as a whole. So this music is metrical, and it has a duple meter, and as you can tell from listening to it, most of the downbeats are accented by the cymbal crash. Another way to tell is you can also see the conductor as he's conducting, which is helpful in this case. So examples of conducting, so like a quadruple meter starts out 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. And a triple meter starts 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1. And a duple meter is 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. So this is a classic example of a concert march, and it has the form of A, B, B, C, C. There's a brisk melody, which is accompanied by percussion throughout the entirety of it, and the dynamics range from, as we heard, a very soft pianissimo to the very end where it was very fanfare-like and very loud. The tempo throughout the piece was a swift march tempo. So John Philip Sousa lived from 1854 to 1932. He was 71 or 77 when he died, and this put him kind of at the end of the Romantic era, or maybe the beginning of the post-Romantic era. Just depends on who you talk to. He was known as the American March King, but he was also known for writing other works, like he wrote 15 operettas, 21 dances, and 70 other vocal pieces. So that's John Philip Sousa and the Stars and Stripes Forever. Thank you.